Did you know that a simple element used daily can hide spiritual secrets capable of transforming your life? Salt, which many see only as seasoning, is one of the Bible's greatest symbols of purity, covenant, and divine protection. But do you know its true power? Discover how such a simple element carries eternal messages of transformation, preservation, and healing. Stay with me and unveil this hidden mystery in the Scriptures, which can completely change the way you see faith and spirituality. Don't miss it! Since ancient times, salt has been an essential element in human life, not just as a seasoning but also as a spiritual symbol. In the Bible, it appears as an element filled with profound meanings, representing purity, covenant, and preservation. From the rituals in the Temple of Jerusalem to the words of Jesus, salt holds a prominent place, offering timeless lessons for our spiritual journey. Understanding its role in the Scriptures can reveal life-transforming truths. One of the deepest concepts involving salt in the Bible is the so-called covenant of salt. This expression, found in passages like Numbers 18:19, represents an eternal, unbreakable pact between God and His people. Just as salt resists corruption, the divine covenant is marked by durability and faithfulness. This symbolism inspires us to live a life of commitment to God, understanding that our connection with Him should be as unwavering as this covenant. When Jesus declared, "You are the salt of the earth," Matthew 5 verse 13, He revealed the mission of every Christian. Just as salt enhances the flavor of food, we are called to positively impact the world. Our lives should be an influence that preserves spiritual values, transforms environments, and brings meaning to the lives around us. This calling challenges us to live intentionally, being agents of transformation in the world. Salt also carries a powerful meaning of spiritual purification. In the Old Testament, it was used in sacrifices as a symbol of sanctification and consecration. In Ezekiel 16 verse 4, salt appears in purification rituals. This symbolism reminds us of the importance of seeking purity of heart and holiness in our relationship with God. Just as salt purifies, we are invited to allow God's Word to cleanse us of all spiritual impurities. Moreover, salt is a symbol of preservation, one of its greatest spiritual lessons. It prevents food from decaying, and similarly, we are called to preserve faith, divine values, and truth in an ever-changing world. This spiritual preservation challenges us to keep the message of the gospel alive and resist influences that can corrupt our walk with God. Biblical stories, such as Lot's wife being turned into a pillar of salt, bring warnings and reflections. Her disobedience and attachment to the past symbolize the danger of diverting our focus from God's purpose. This narrative encourages us to move forward, trusting fully in God and avoiding attachment to what distances us from His will. Another fascinating perspective is the use of salt as spiritual protection. In some traditions, it is seen as a barrier against evil. Although many of these practices are cultural, their essence points to God's protective power. This reminds us that He is our greatest defense against spiritual adversities and that trusting in Him is the best way to safeguard ourselves. Salt also appears in contexts of healing and restoration in the Bible. In 2 Kings 2 verses 20-22, the prophet Elisha uses salt to purify contaminated waters, bringing life and health to the region. This act symbolizes God's power to restore what is broken or lost in our lives. It is an invitation to trust the Lord as the one who can transform our circumstances. Curiosities about salt in the Scriptures show that it is not just a physical element, but also a powerful spiritual symbol. It is present in practices that point to faithfulness, covenant, and purification. These stories connect us with a rich and inspiring spiritual legacy, showing that God uses even the simplest elements to reveal His greatness and purpose. Finally, salt teaches us about personal and spiritual transformation. Just as it can alter the flavor of food, God's presence in our lives completely changes our essence. We are challenged to live as the salt of the earth, being agents of change, preserving spiritual values, and reflecting God's love in everything we do. May we embrace this symbolism and allow it to transform our relationship with the divine and with others. Salt, so present in our lives, goes beyond a simple ingredient. It is a powerful reminder of God's faithfulness, our mission as Christians, and the transformative power that lies even in the smallest details of creation. This biblical element teaches us about covenant, purification, and spiritual preservation, inviting us to live more deeply connected to God's purposes. Now, the choice is yours. Are you living as the true salt of the earth? If this content touched your heart and made you reflect, don't forget to share this knowledge. Subscribe to the channel, leave your like, and activate the notification bell so you don't miss any videos like this. And of course, explore more of our content to continue your journey of spiritual discoveries. See you in the next video.